We just have to sit to allow our mind to settle. The mind is restless. It has never learned the art of being with itself. It always needs a small, tiny, little phone in the hand, or possibly a screen in front. Our mind is supremely powerful to focus like a laser beam if we create that awareness to gradually train our brain with our mind. If we can train our brain with our mind, then over a period of time, even the scientists are seeing that the structure of the brain changes. Even the scientists are seeing that even the genes of our body, which we knew that which basically commands everything of our life and what is going to happen to our physical wellness, even that they say is changeable. That's what they call as neuroplasticity. So the neurons are absolutely within our command to change them to a particular state by which even the neurons learn to gradually grasp the higher, subtler realities. But that needs a continuous long process of practice. Just as in order to become a doctor, years and years and years, students are engrossed in studies. And when they go to the hospital for their practical classes, for years on, they do so much of practice even to know the nitty-gritty of human body and the brain and the different organs and the parts of our body. So in order to be a physician, to be a doctor, to be a surgeon, how much time one gives. In order to be a good engineer, how much time one gives. To be whatever, to make enough money in life, how much time one gives. And then someone reaches to that stage wherein one can really prove oneself to be worthy of being rich enough. In the same manner, if we are trying to find the true richness of life, true richness of our being born as human on planet Earth, if you really want to go learn it, then we have to give time for it, commitment to it, dedication for it. And we cannot ask for continuously. 5 days I do some practice, 6th day I ask, what have I got? What have I got? Every time if I keep on, somebody asked me the other day, I said, Baba, why do you think we have to, chant the japa mantra only in a sitting posture? Why so? I love to do it while moving around. I do my daily chores and I continuously chant my God's name, and it's good. I like it. I enjoy it. But you or other saints and sages, everybody talks about it, that we should sit and meditate, and that's the way to ultimately find enlightenment. Why not? I move around and do my namasmarana, or what do you call it, doing japa or chanting, whatever, or remembering God. I can even do that while I'm just walking about. What's wrong with that? I said, just look here. In India, we have this yogurt, so we call, I don't know how exactly to explain you that. In order to have the yogurt, so what we do is that we have the milk and then we just allow it to sit at one place. We don't just keep on moving that particular container, and then over a period of time it settles down, and then the exact yogurt actually happens. So even in our country, in every home, we do that because it is so a commonplace thing for us. So I gave that example to them. I said, look here, this is what you do. You can't have that particular container where you put the milk and then whole night you see it and next morning also it remains at the same place. But just leave it as is. Allow it to sit at one place. By morning you will see that the yogurt is ready. But not by continuously checking and moving. In the same tone, we just have to sit to allow our mind to settle. We have to sit at one place and learn the art of sitting only because we need to allow our mind to sit along with the body. The mind is restless. It has never learned the art of being with itself. It always needs a small, tiny, little phone in the hand, or possibly a screen in front, or something by which the mind could be somehow, happy to spend time. But the mind is never trained to be with its own self. Every time we try to sit for some time, we feel we have to do this, we have to do that, we have to go here and we have to go there. There are so many things to do. Why am I sitting like this? But the fact remains, all of us have reached a particular stage of life wherein we have already experimented and come to know that by running about here and there, we ultimately don't attain to that state of peace and tranquility of our mind. But at times, maybe when I'm not doing anything, maybe I'm just sitting somewhere, maybe when I'm just looking at the sky, maybe when I am in a complete let go mood, suddenly something happened, a spark from inside. And that happening is not something that I do, but yet it happens. When I'm not targeting it, when I'm not planning for it, when I'm not trying to do it with a purpose, at some point of time, whenever the mind is stilled for a while, whenever the mind is quiet for a moment, whenever the mind settles down, sits down at one place, doesn't move about restlessly, then there is some kind of an experience in each one of us which tells us that mind in its silent state is really, really something maybe we all are seeking in our life. Because that's the only way and the only space wherein we find that I am independently happy. I am not dependently happy. Because anything I depend upon to be happy in my life, I can miss it any moment. Anything on which I allow my emotions to be invested upon could be snatched away from my hands, and then I am into a pocket where I will feel as if I am sucked. The whole process thus becomes that our daily life has to be gradually not given so much to the training of the mind so that it could become more and more restless. Training for the mind so that it could grope in the darkness. Training for the mind to always feel, oh, how much stressed I am. Training for the mind by which you keep on convincing your mind there are 1 million reasons for you to be unhappy in life. But if I continuously practice this practice of training my brain to really find reasons by which I can convince myself that okay, there are reasons for which I'm not very happy. Good. And the best part of it is this: whatever you train your brain, it's almost like a piece of earth where you put any kind of seed and it accepts and germinates. Proper environment given. So also our brain, whatever seeds of thought we put into our brain, it accepts. And over a period of time, it finds proper environment, it simply germinates. And thus, automatically we are continually creating our own effects through the actions that of putting the seeds into our brain. It's what we call as cause and effect chain, or the law of karma. This whole world of humanity, we are all bound by our own actions, by our own thoughts, by our own emotions, by our own belief systems. Nobody in this, my experience in life is this: nobody can make me happy. the same tone, nobody can make me unhappy. Only I can make myself happy. Only I can make myself unhappy. Now, my happiness or unhappiness essentially is nothing but the state of my inner beingness, my mind, my mindset. What kind of mindset I have. In the midst of all things around me perfect as they should be, I still could be in depression. There are lots of instances for it where you find that the richest of the rich person has so much to complain about life and is so unhappy, and maybe would possibly even jump into the decision to even commit suicide. So what then is needed? Fundamentally, it is nothing but the fact that each day to me is nothing but a beautiful gift, and each day as a gift comes to us to explore for 24 into 60 seconds of time, that means moments of time, where we get such huge amount of time every day to become little more aware, little more conscious, little more open to acknowledge how in diverse forms Mother Divine is coming to me to take me in her lap, to make me feel comfortable, happy, how the Mother is all around me in everything. I just need to open my eyes to see, my heart to open to accept these blessings, so that I know that innate divinity that is my existence is blissful.